All right, so we're going to do a modern Yamaha F50 fuel injected compression test. Don't see any videos showing these modern motors, so let's see what we got here. We'll remove the cowl. Now right here on the front of the motor, it says that this is our fuel injection electric fuel pump. So we're going to pull that cap off there, and then there's a fuse under it. I believe it would be the fuse that's in. That's probably a spare, but we're just going to pop those both out, and we're going to then go to our spark plugs. Now the spark plugs are in a weird order, so I like to label all the boots to begin with, so you know where they go back. It's like I said, they're in a weird order. I mean, this one is 2, 3, 1, 4. So we'll disconnect those, pull all the spark plugs out. The engine is already warmed up like any other compression check. Another tip for you is that these spark plugs are neither 5/8 nor are they any other standard spark plug wrench size. These are 18 millimeters, pretty easy to disconnect. Your last one, you're going to need a swivel. You're not going to be able to use that extension either. It's not quite mercury level pain in the butt spark plugs, but it's not great. So 18 millimeters, pull those 4. We pulled our fuel, and our engine is warm, so we're going to hurry up and do our compression test. About 7 turns of the key per cylinder, starting with the top one. All right, one other thing is they want us to do our compression checks with the throttle open. So we'll just push the neutral throttle open so it opens up the throttle bodies. Make sure your gauge is functioning properly and is at 0. Now we're going to go crank the motor 7 times. Well, that's unbelievable. Only 50 hours on this engine. I would say that's 175 on cylinder 1. Now we're going to release and go to cylinder 2. Another tip, notice these washers on here, your rubber gaskets. It makes for a good seal. Don't lose them. Don't leave it on there. Don't let it get stuck to it. And if you're not getting compression, first make sure that there's not a leak happening and it's not just all leaking out there. Let's go number 2. Number 2 appears to be right on the money with number 1. And there's, it's not burning off or leaking off, I mean. So, number 3. All right, number 3, we're right there too. Right about the 175 mark. All right, and for the last shot of it, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Couple extra spins. And this one, again, is at 175. So for a 50-hour engine, I'd say we're right about where we need to be. And then we'll let that compression off, and now we're done. And we'll put our spark plugs back in and put our fuse back in. And I recommend firing up the engine just to make sure, because you don't want to go out on the water and realize that you got something hooked up wrong. All right, and I don't think this needs to be said, but when you put your spark plugs in, put them all in by hand like this. Your bottom one, you're going to have to swivel. No tools. Put them all in, right? Then you're going to go back, and you should probably get a torque wrench. And you're only going to turn them till they stop. Okay, the torque spec for that is 13 pounds. Some people say finger tight, 3/4 of a turn. I think it's very obvious when they stop, but use a torque wrench. Do not over tighten these. If you strip your spark plug cylinder head, it's not going to be good. Now we're going to go back to our numbers. 1, which is actually the 3rd coil down. Then we're going to go to number 2, which is actually the 1st top one. In case anybody pulled it off and didn't pay attention on this 54-stroke fuel injected. 3. And then number 4. And we'll confirm that. I remember it was down there. Boop, boop, boop. Feel the click of it. And that's it. Okie dokie. Couple of connectors here, like this one. We'll make sure all the holders go back on, whether they need to be or not, just because I don't want any rogue issues or anything like that. Okay, All right, now we're gonna put our fuses in just like we had at the beginning. One spare, one in its spot. Cap goes on like that. Boom. Done. Everything's back hooked up. That's all there. Let's go turn on the water. The moment of truth. Click it one time, let the fuel injector run. Oh, that is correct. Do not forget to turn your throttle down. Yikes. Kind of funny that was caught on video. Hopefully you don't forget to turn it back down. Well, that's it. We're all tested. We're all good.